AITA for not allowing my neighbor to use my driveway. I 34F have been living in my current house for about 4 years. It's a lovely neighborhood, and I generally have a great relationship with my neighbors. However, there's one neighbor, Dave 45M, who has been causing some issues lately, and I need some perspective on whether or not I am the asshole here. Dave and his family moved into the house next door about a year ago. They have a narrow driveway that can fit only one car, and their house doesn't have much street parking available. This hasn't been a problem until recently, when Dave started hosting large gatherings at his house. During these gatherings, Dave's guests would park their cars on the street, which would quickly become overcrowded. As a result, some of his guests started using my driveway without asking for permission. Initially, I let it slide because I didn't want to cause any conflict. However, it began happening more frequently, and on a few occasions I'd be unable to move my own car when I had to go to work or leave for my own business, forcing me to go to Dave's house and play a guessing game for someone to move their car. I decided to address the issue with Dave, explaining that I didn't mind his guests occasionally using my driveway, but I would appreciate it if he could ask for permission first. Dave seemed understanding and apologized for the inconvenience. However, the situation didn't improve. Dave continued to host gatherings, and his guests continued to use my driveway without permission. I decided to take matters into my own hands and placed a no parking sign in my driveway, along with a polite note asking Dave's guests to respect my property, also with a warning that I'd have their vehicles towed. Last weekend, Dave hosted another party, and his guests were forced to find alternative parking due to the sign. Dave confronted me, saying I was being unreasonable and that I should be more accommodating to his guests. He argued that it was just for a few hours and that I was creating unnecessary tension in the neighborhood. I stood my ground, explaining that I had tried to address the issue politely, and that my driveway is my private property. I added that he should have respected my request for permission and made better arrangements for his guests' parking. Ever since then, me and Dave have not spoke to each other, with him and his family most of the time shooting me a bad look. So, AITA for not allowing my neighbor to use my driveway for his guests, despite having tried to address the issue politely.